Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into another Tuesday matchup, I don't know what day it is, between the Bears and the Copperheads. We will see how long baseball's played today. It's already been raining pretty good here today at Knox Catholic, but as of right now, the game is scheduled to be played on regular time. I'll flip it back around and you can see the field is starting to be taken momentarily. The Copperheads, they will be in green today. They will be the home team. The Bears, they will be in blue. They are the away team. The Bears currently sit at second. They are 11-5-1 so far this season. The Copperheads are not far behind them. They are in third. They currently sit at 8-11-1. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on this Tuesday. My name is Hunter Mancuso. Per usual, I'll be your broadcaster, and it should be a fun one between the second and third place team in game one of two games here today at Knoxville Catholic. I will flip it back around and we will get things going here momentarily. On the mound, make sure I have my camera set up correctly the way I want it to. On the mound for the Copperheads, the righty getting things going, it will be Landry Baker. His battery mate today, Matt Newton. Over at first, Ada Mulligan, Boone Fields at second. Kane Baber getting his first appearance this week at short. Mark Sackerman, the typical third base. Men for the Copperheads, Lucas Lowry, Chris Peters, and Brent Johnson will round out the outfield. Due up first for the Bears, the second place team, who is not far behind the first place team, Athletics. They will look to bring themselves into maybe a win or a 1.5 out of first place for the first time all season. They will send up 1, 2, and 3. It will be Caden Ridings, Marcus Greenway, and Tristan Vallone. Should be a fun one today. The overcast kind of passing us a little bit, but, about 40, 45 minutes ago, maybe a little longer, it was pouring rain. Did not know if things were going to start on time or what was going to be the deal with that. When I showed up here, I was drenched on walking from my car to the broadcast booth. But as for right now, the rain seems to hold off. Field looks dry enough, and we are set to get things going on time here at Gaylor Field at Knoxville Catholic High School. Yesterday posed a little bit of challenges with the weather. We saw one game go full 7 innings. One game got called in the 6th, and then the third game, of course, getting called in the 3rd inning. Real unfortunate day for both teams, or for all teams who played yesterday. But hopefully today the weather can hold off and we can actually have some sort of a little bit of baseball going on here today. Baker's first pitch to Ridings is fouled off, now 0-1. I don't believe the Bears played yesterday, so if you are a Bears fan tuning in right now, you'll notice something that hasn't happened within a week, and that is the fact that there is now home plate umpires again. The ABS system has been turned off for the SMCL season, at least for the time being. What I was told is that it is done for the season, and we will be back to having the human element back behind the plate. It went good for us yesterday in the 3 games, so we'll see if it can go 2 for 2 in the home plate umpire's first game's back. I believe it will. Ridings battling in a 2-2 to get his day going. Another thing that I kind of like with the rain coming in, otherwise, outside of the cancellations of the games, is that it's a whole lot cooler than it had been last week. We were seeing heats up until the mid to high 90s last week, touching 95, 96. It was incredibly hot. The rain kind of bringing the temperature way down, kind of a cooler front coming in. Cooler for southern weather. It's still mid to high 80s, but again, that is much more manageable than the previously mentioned mid to high 90s. I will take that 10-degree difference any day of the week. A full count home to Ridings, called strike 3. He's rung up looking. Baker sees the first batter and strikes him down by way of the backwards K. 1 up, 1 down for the righty. Bears having themselves a solid season as Marcus Greenway comes up. 11, 5, and 1. 2 out of the 5 teams have records over 500. The Copperheads, who are in third place, are the next closest team to try and balance out their record. Copperheads went 1-1 yesterday, losing to one of the BCA teams and then turning around and beating the other one. Greenway fouling off. Baker really in charge of the strike zone here today. Another thing that I want to just go ahead and make sure is with the no more use of the ABS system, that will also get rid of the privilege that we had of using the app that told us pitch speeds, velocities, types, and whatnot. So it will be regular old game changer in terms of what we're looking at today, if you want to follow along. 1-2 to Greenway, back up the middle. It'll be a 1-out knock for number 2. There is a 1-out base runner. Solid contact up the middle. Infield not playing deep into it. Regular positions allows Greenway to get aboard. Now we'll see the lefty Tristan Vallone. Behind Vallone will be Cole Hendrickson, Shepard, and Taylor. 4, 5, and 6 due up after leading into a 10-man lineup today for the Bears. So with the commencement of today, if we are including today, then there is 10 days worth of baseball games left this season. We have 3 days worth today, or this week, 4 days worth next week, so that's 7, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday the week after, and that will be the end of the season. Today is day number 2 of week number 7. So 7 out of, 9 weeks officially underway. It's been a quick summer. Just over 2 months of the season, or maybe just under. I think the first day of the season was May 28th, I want to say, give or take a few days. One of the last days of May, and then the championship day will be on July 22nd. So almost 2 full months of baseball. Not a bad summer out here at Knoxville. It's been fun. Greenway takes a few steps off the throw down from the catcher, Newton. Greenway back safely, but he was almost picked off nearly halfway between the bases by the time that pitch came home. The lefty battling in his first AB. 2-2. Hit on a line over the right side. That one will get through into right field. Greenway will go station to station. He'll be held up at second. Couple of singles in a row for the Bears. They got 2 runners aboard. Couple solid contacts off the bat of the 2 and 3 spots for the Bears. Now they'll bring up the cleanup hitter with 2 runners on. It is Cole Hendrickson due up. We've seen Hendrickson launch a few hard ones this season. Only 1 home run for Hendrickson this season. It was here at Knox Catholic, but we have seen him get under some baseballs. We know the power is there. 12 singles, 2 doubles, and a solo shot. Baker looking to continue this solid week for the Copperheads. We mentioned they went 1-1 yesterday in the triple header that we have every Monday. They've been sitting between 3rd and 4th place. have a comfortable lead in the third spot as of right now. Kendrickson up the middle over to second. Fields to Baber for one. Back over in time. Call it a 4-6-3 twin killer. The middle infield rolls it to get two, and that'll be the end of the top half of the first. Bears get a few men aboard. Don't do anything with it. Your score as we head on the bottom of the 1-0. Getting to draw first blood. Copperheads swinging it for the first time today. They will have to face the lefty Tobias Peterson if things get going. Chris Peters, Kane Baber, and Lucas Lowry do up. Defensively for the Bears, Dylan Bowser behind the plate. Cade Hauser over at first. Caden Ridings getting the start at second. Bryson Shepard at shortstop. Marcus Greenway at third. And left, center, and right, Abram Taylor, Tristan Vallone, and Andrew Hull. Chris Peters falling behind now, 0-2. Like the Bears, the Copperheads will also bat a 10-man rotation today. 0-2 to Peters, down low. Top part of the order looking to get things going. The Copperheads turn a nice double play to end the top half of the first. They'll have to take that momentum into their offensive side. Peters, a little soft tapper up out of play. We'll stay alive at 1-2. Peterson making his 5th start of the season. His 5th start and his 8th appearance. The lefty's ERA sitting at just over 3. So exactly where he would like it. Has allowed 10 earned runs over his course of about 18 innings pitched. The 2-2 to Peters is a breaking ball off the bat. Two again, called strike 3. Peters knew it. He's rung up looking. Out number 1 for both teams today is a strikeout looking. Each pitcher goes tit for tat, and there's one gone. Kane Baber, the lefty, staying in. Baber not playing either of the two games yesterday. This is his first time, I believe, at the ballpark. Don't believe he was in the dugout yesterday. But he'll get the start at shortstop where he typically plays over on the left side of the infield. The lefty now down at a 1-2. Baber batting 143 on the season, 4 hits, all 4 of them for singles. He'll look for a 5th hit and potentially a 5th single to get things going. Copperheads got 1 down here in the first. So, in terms of me, I do like the home plate umpire being back just because I have the visual aspect of seeing what the balls and strike call is relatively quicker than, having to look over at the screen, trying to see what the call was, trying to read the umpire's body language. I was joking with the coaches and umpires yesterday that I actually sound like I know what I'm talking about in the broadcast again. And I do like that a lot. Payoff pitch to Baber. Swung on and missed at the breaking ball. Tobias Peterson sees the first 2 and sits him down the same way. Both strikeouts. 2 up, 2 down for the lefty. Coming off a solo home run yesterday, it's Lucas Lowry. He pimped one over to the left center scoreboard. By far the hardest hit ball he's made contact with all season. Peterson finding some first inning success with his big looping breaking ball. Had Kane Baber swinging out of his shoes a few times on it. Now has Lucas Lowry frozen on the first pitch you see from it. 0-1 popped up. Right side. Hauser giving it a look in foul ground and out of play. Lowry now at 0-2. Peterson looking to strike out this side in order. 0-2 home to Lowry. Breaking ball almost gets a swing. Lowry battling back down 0-2 now at 2-2. Looping breaking ball looked like that hit the knob or called strike 3. So what that was it hit the knob of Lucas Lowry's bat, and the same rule that applies for a foul ball on a bunt for strike 3. That's going to be out number 3. So 3 strikeouts. The third one a little bit more awkward. Now we're getting some confusion. Home plate umpire was calling for a strikeout on a foul ball. I think the field umpire might appeal. So now the home plate umpire going back, he will allow Lowry to take another hack on it. The pitch will be called a regular foul and 2-2. While they were discussing that, the lightning sirens were going off again. I really hope that does not come into effect. So now after that awkward, the Peterson 2-2 to Lowry, in on him again. He'll get out of the way of it, and now he's battling back to a full count. 2-out payoff to Lowry. Swung on and missed. That time It is a real strikeout. Out number 3, Tobias Peterson strikes out the side in order. He goes 1, 2, 3, all strikeouts. That's how we end the first. Your score through 1, tied to 0. A quick first inning. And now into the second. Baker back out for his second inning. He will see 5, 6, and 7. Shepard, Taylor, and Bowser. Both teams going down relatively quickly in order in the first. The Bears did get a few on, but were still retired relatively quickly after. Shepard now at a 0-2. That pitch just a little in. The lefty seeing Baker for the first time today, and he'll wear the 1-2 off his inner shin. He will be aboard a leadoff base runner courtesy of a hit by pitch. Following it up will be Abram Taylor. One runner on for him, nobody out. First pitch swinging from number 6. He'll fall behind now, 0-1. On the ground over to short. 6-4. The throw slipping out of the hand of, I believe that is Boone Fields at second base. Almost back-to-back innings with middle infield turning too. Don't believe Fields got a good grip on it, and instead of being a 6-4-3, it is a 6-4. The runner Shepard tagged out courtesy of the force that will allow Abram Taylor to reach by way of a fitter's choice. So only one out recorded on the play. Dylan Bowser looking to follow it up. I think that was funny watching Boone Fields throw that ball almost in slow motion. The ball came out of his hand, it looks like. Regular speed on the throw, but with the ball slipping out, it just went maybe a foot or two in the air. No harm, no foul. Baker will look to maybe get another ground ball. All three games yesterday, up until their cancellation points, were real competitive. We saw a pitcher's duel, a close game. Then we were in the middle of a one-run game in the third inning in game number 3 whenever the game was called due to lightning, rain, and thunder. So I'll hope today that the 2 games today will be relatively competitive. Bears and Copperheads going at it in game 1 as the 3-0 comes home. And then in game 2, we'll see the Bobcats and the Eagles go at it. They played in game number 3 and didn't get a rightful finish to that game. So they'll look for a little bounce back in terms of a real game today. Hopefully we get that one. 3-1, runner goes. The throw down against Taylor. It doesn't matter either way. It was ball number 4 to Dylan Bowser. Couldn't tell the call on the field immediately. So the 3-1 miss. Now 2 runners aboard. See how Owen Porter can follow it up. Currently the 8-hole hitter behind him will be Cade Hauser and Andrew Hull before the lineup will flip over. Two runners aboard for Owen Porter. Bowser on first, Taylor on second. First pitch, breaking ball comes across, finds the zone. Now 0-1. Porter falling behind now 0-2. Baker deals. Sends it back up the middle in the air. Right in front of the second base bag. Boone Fields is there. He will catch it cleanly. That is out number 2 in the second. The Bears stranded 2 runners on in the first, in danger of doing it again in the second. Trying to stand between that is Cade Hauser, the 9-hole hitter, getting his first time swinging it. Good pick from the catcher, Matt Newton. Abram Taylor getting huge leads off a second between every pitch. We'll see how long it is before he probably takes off. Dylan Bowser not getting very far off of first base. Two one breaking ball. Oh, what a disgusting pitch coming from Landry Baker. That will make it 2-2. He's now a strike away from stranding 2 aboard. Back-to-back innings. Two runners aboard. 2-2 count. Swung on. Chopped foul. Got at bat between Hauser and Baker. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Hauser loses the battle. That is out number 3 in the second. Baker doing a good job of allowing some traffic, but not allowing it to cross the finish line. Your score through an inning and a half, still tied to 0. Your score still tied it through as the bottom of the second commences. 4, 5, and 6, Sacramento, Newton, and Johnson. Tobias Peterson struck out the side in order in the first frame. Off to a hot start. We did see the first starting pitcher for the Athletics yesterday throw 10 strikeouts in his 5 or 6 innings of work. We'll see if Peterson can match or beat it. Already off to a hot start. The second pitch hit on the ground over to short, and that won't get in the outfield. The converging left side of the infield, Shepard and Greenway couldn't make a play on it. That will allow Sacramento to get aboard safely. Kind of an awkward play between the hole. They couldn't really converge smoothly. To lead off knock for Sacramento. Behind him is the catcher, Matt Newton. That one down low. Bowser can't corral it cleanly. Trying to see if he can't get Sacramento, and he will not be able to. It's a stolen base on the wild pitch. Already a runner in scoring position quickly in the second. Bears have gotten 4 runners aboard. 2 of them in scoring position, have stranded all 4 of them. Sacramento on second base, the first runner and hit for the Cops today. Copperheads debuted a little alternate jersey last week. They had those white cutoffs that just had the Copperhead name and logo on it, and I thought that was really cool. Going with the regular greens today, the Bears and their blues. I know it's kind of late in this season, as we mentioned, only 10 days left, but I think it'd be fun if each team had their own custom jersey. Obviously, the colored shirts with the SMCL logo on it is fine, but maybe just every now and again we're that little fun one, as the Copperheads did with their white cutoffs. 3-1 fouled off. Newton now on a full count. No out. Payoff pitch to Newton. Misses outside. Ball number 4. Peterson striking out the side in the first, now allowing 2 on before recording an out in the second. Through a board for the lefty Brent Johnson. He'll square around a bunt down the third base line. Greenway and Peterson converging. No throw. It's an infield hit on the bunt down the line for Brent Johnson. Solid work from the lefty. Just like that, bases loaded. Nobody out. And a potential damage-doing spot for Boone Fields. First pitch and on the plate, now 1-0. So Sacramento on third. Off a second is Matt Newton. Now on first, Brent Johnson. Still nobody out here in the second inning. Peterson would love a strikeout or anything on the ground. It's so crazy. Straightaway center field when I got here 40, or maybe now closer to an hour ago now. Maybe a little bit before that was nothing but gray skies. And now it's all blue. Broken bat down the line. It'll stay just fair to throw home in time for the force. Great heads-up play from Marcus Greenway over at third. Sacramento out because of the force. That is out number 1. That's exactly what the Bears needed with nobody out and the bases loaded. And they do get an out and prevent a run scoring at the same time. Bases still loaded, however, but in a much more manageable position. The lefty, Ian Hubbard, will stand in. We were talking about Hubbard yesterday. He's had a few hard-hit balls the last day or two. Hasn't been able to straighten anything out yet. He launched one high and deep down the right field line and went just a little foul, but was more than capable of clearing that tall wall and straightaway right. 1-0, popped up, right side, foul ground. Hauser giving it a look, and it'll go just out of play, 1-1. A lefty-lefty matchup here with bases still loaded and 1 out. 1-1, fouled up out of play again. That went onto the football field. The 1-2 to Hubbard, chopped over to third. That one will stay just fair. Greenway shooting home again, this time not in time. One runner will score in the process. And no outs recorded. It looks like he might have touched third base maybe just after getting the ball or just before getting the ball. So tough play for Greenway ranging out to his right. But that will allow a run to score. Base is still loaded. This time for Aiden Mulligan. First pitch gets away from Bowser. Gets a lucky bounce off the backstop. Brent Johnson kind of in a tough spot there. No attempt for a pickle. He will just accept his fate. Outnumbered 2. Both runners on base do advance a bag, though. Great bounce off the backstop. Totally went Dylan Bowser's way. And that saved the Bears from allowing a second run. Mulliken working himself into a 3-1. Ian Hubbard off a second. Boonfield's on third. The 3-1. Hard hit on a line. That one fouled down it. Marcus Greenway finally getting lucky over there at third. He's had a couple of close ones down the line. That one being the first one to go foul. Peterson only needing one more out and then one more strike while he's at it to retire the side. One run already across here in the second. Copperheads taking the lead. 2 out payoff pitch. Just up and in. Ada Mulliken works the walk. I'll load him up one more time for 10-hole hitter Mason McDonald. McDonald, the final batter in the lineup before it'll flip over back to Chris Peters, who's on deck. First pitch to McDonald, fouled off. Nice solid inning for the Copperheads. They've taken advantage of a little wild pitching and a few good contacts. The 0-2 fouled off again. McDonald finding some good contact. One, two, breaking ball from Tobias Peterson, slipping a little bit. Still looking for the put away pitch over. Makes McDonald. Bases loaded for him again. Lefties 2-2. Chopped just foul. McDonald going the other way on the ground a few times in his AB. Keeping his count right where it is. Another 2-2 hit over the right side in right field. That one will go just foul. McDonald having himself a real tedious at bat against Peterson. Neither one of these men want to lose this battle. Count now full on Mason McDonald. 3 runners aboard. 2 outs. Everybody will go on the pitch. A big payoff here coming from Peterson. The 3-2 hit it on a line out to left center. Floam going back on it. He will make the catch on the run. Crisis averted. Copperhead straight unloaded. That is out number 3 in the second. They do get one. We are through 2 full innings. Your score, Copperheads lead 1-0. Copperheads now pitching with the lead for the first time here in this Tuesday matchup. Baker will be tasked with 10-1 and 2. Andrew Hall, Caden Ridings, and Marcus Greenway. Copperheads loading up the bases multiple times in the bottom of the second, only getting 1 run. That 1 run enough to give them the lead, at least temporarily. Andrew Hall, the final batter in this lineup, getting his first time up. Baker struggling to find the zone here in the third. Copperheads 2 wins away from double-digit wins. Bears bidding for win number 12 on the season. 3-1. We got a punch-out form from the umpire, but that was actually only 3-2. Don't worry, it's okay. I've done that all the time, too. It is completely normal for umpire to lose count. As a former one myself, did it all the time. Had the 10-year-old's parents looking at me like I had 2 heads. Now the payoff pitch coming. Chopped on the ground, back to the mound. Easy play for Landry Baker. He will toss over. Andrew Hall retired on the 1-3 ground out. 1 up, 1 down. Lineup officially turning over. Caden Ridings, Marcus Greenway, 1 and 2 up. 1 away here in the third. 1-0 on the ground over to Baber at short. He will fire over. A couple of ground outs to start the inning for the Bears. Hitting them into the infield. 2 up, 2 down. Marcus Greenway trying to fare a little bit better. He is 1 for 1. First pitch to him on the ground up the middle. Boone Fields is there. He will throw over 3 groundouts in a row. A couple of good defensive plays from the Copperheads here in the top of the third. They retire the side in order. 1, 2, 3. A quick inning for them. They will get their hot sticks back up. They currently still lead 1-0. Bottom of the third, Chris Peters back up again. It'll be 1, 2, and 3 for the Copperheads to get things going. Tobias Peterson, the lefty, back out. He struck out 1, 2, and 3 in order in the first frame. Look to replicate that again here in the third. Peters, Baber, and Lucas Lowry. Peterson's 0-2 curveball lined into shallow left center. That one will get down in front of Alone. It is a 0-2 leadoff knock for Chris Peters. Copperhead swinging it well the last 2 innings. They're continuing it here in the third off of the lefty. Trying to follow up the single. It's now Kane Baber. He squares to bunt, pulls back, but it is in there. Strike number 1. Check over on Peters, and now he's caught in a pickle. Back to second. Back to first. Oh, Peters slips, but he gets back up, and he's still going. Trying to get out of the way, but he will get out of the base pass, so he will be caught on the pickoff. Tough break after getting the leadoff single. The runner is erased. Out number 1. I never really know how to call a pickoff. or a little pickle puzzle. Hickle, excuse me. So I kind of just let it happen. But Peter's slipping, kind of funny, but he did get back up really quickly. You have to appreciate the dedication and try not to be tagged out, but unfortunately, he just ran out of time. Baber's count evening back up now at 1-1. One gets a big hat from Baber. One and two, the lefty to the lefty. Breaking ball almost over the head of Kane. Not really what you'd call a competitive pitch, maybe more of a slippage out of the hand. Two again. Another curveball. That one a little bit more competitive. Just missing though. Now full count. Peterson in search of out number 2 here in the third, and he will get it. Kane Baber down swinging. That is out number 2. Strikeout number 2 for the day for Baber. And on the mound, that is strikeout number 4 picked up from Tobias Peterson. I'm being nosy. There's this cop car with his lights on right in the front of the entrance over the parking lot. I can't see anything but the cop car, but I keep peeking over in between pitches. Anyways, now back to Gaylor Field. It'll be Lucas Lowry up again. He's 0 for 1, struck out in his first AB today. First pitch almost in on him. Three out turns into 3-1. Peterson not losing Lowry on 4 pitches, excuse me. That one will miss. Lowry aboard. It is a 3-1, 2-out walk. 2-out base runner. That will bring up the cleanup hitter, Mark Sackerman. I believe Sackerman got aboard courtesy of a base hit. Or by way of the base hit, not courtesy. So he's 1 for 1. First pitch gets a big swing and a miss from the third baseman. He's down 0-1. Big breaking ball out of the hand. Now 1-1. 1-2. Runner goes. Fouled off, so Lowry will go back. Looking to be a little aggressive with 2 outs here in the third. One, two, runner goes again. That one down low. Skirts away from Bowser. Lowry will move to 2-2. Or, excuse me, Sacramento will move to 2-2. Lowry will move to base number 2. Two, fouled off. Payoff pitch. Sacramento really battling here. He wants this one. That one in on Sacramento, so he will work the nice at bat. He will turn it into a walk. There'll be runners on the corners with 2 gone here in the third. Warren Mount meeting to talk to the starter. Matt Newton up. 2 runners on a board for him. Pops up the 1-1 out of play. Lowry off of third. Sacramento on first. Another RBI spot. Newton trailing now 1-2. One, two. Sacramento goes. Newton out to right. Converging is Ridings in hole, but the ball will drop in shallow right field just between the outfielder and the second baseman. Perfectly placed ball from Matt Newton. Runners go first to third and third to home. It's a 2-out RBI from the catcher. Copperheads extend their lead one more. Perfectly placed ball from Matt Newton. You couldn't ask for him to do it anymore. Ridings ranging out. I believe that is now Tristan Vallone in right. Just couldn't converge in time, and that ball dropping for an RBI. Trying to follow it up. He had a bunt single in his last at bat. It's Brent Johnson. Lefty had a big swing last week, had that grand slam, allowed his team to beat the first place Athletics. One out to Johnson, driven out to right. This one more playable for Valone. He'll make the catch for sure. This time that is out number 3. The Copperheads get one more. We're on to the 4th. Score is now Copperheads 2, Bears nothing. Just under the halfway point in this one. Bears now trailing 2-0. They will see Landry Baker back out. Tristan Valone will get things started. The outfielders had a busy day, and I believe he's played in right and center field so far. He's 1 for 1. Be 3, 4, and 5. Valone, Hendrickson, and Shepard. Valone back up the middle. Ooh, nice snag from Baker. He will toss over easily. Valone, solid contact, just right back to the mound. And it's 1 up, 1 down. Baker working a whole bunch of ground balls off the bats for the Bears. He went 3 straight ground outs in the 3rd. Now getting his 4th straight, the first out of the 4th. Cole Hendrickson, the cleanup hitter, looking to maybe get something elevated here as his team trails by 2. Baker ahead of the cleanup 0-2. That one swung on and missed. The bat going up out of play over the dugout for the Copperheads. And what a way for Cole Hendrickson to strike out. That is out number 2 here in the 4th. I don't know if you want to call it the humidity, lack of pine tar, or maybe his bat was sitting in a pool of water before his at bat, but that that bat went further than anything I've seen this season. Following it up would be Bryson Shepard. I don't mean to laugh at Hendrickson striking out. I'm not trying to laugh at him. I'm trying to laugh at the fact that the bat, and you can see it being retrieved now from the head coach of the Bears, being thrown back over. Just laughing at the sheer fact that the bat went actually over the dugout for the Copperheads and onto the concrete right behind it. Shepard down 0-1. I believe he was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. His second time seeing Baker today. 0-1, chopped over to first base. Easy play for Ada Mulligan. He will touch the bag himself. And that is the end of the top half of the fourth. We're halfway home. The Copperheads won the first half. They lead 2-0. End of the back half of this one we go. That will be the end of the day for the lefty, Tobias Pearson. In relief for him will be the other lefty on the staff for the Bears, be Isaiah Slavin. We'll see how Slavin can face against Boone Fields. He's 0-1. Fields, Ian Hubbard, and Ada Mulligan trying to build off their 2-run lead. Nice curveball coming in now, 1-2. Not a whole lot of offense in this one, only 2 runs. There has been a few bases loaded opportunities, a few runners in scoring position, only 2 of them coming across, of course. Not much fireworks outside of that. The 0-2 to Fields made contact with softly behind the plate, 1-2 still. So the total line for the starter, Tobias Peterson, he goes 3 innings, allows 2 runs in the process, strikes out 4. So not terrible by any means. The 2-2 to Fields. Called strike 3. Caught the outer edge. That is strike out number 1 for Slavin. And out number 1 for the fourth. 1 up, 1 down. Slavin making his 9th appearance of the season. First pitch from Ian Hubbard, lined over to first base. Hauser will take it himself. 1 pitch, 1 out for Ian Hubbard. That is out number 2 in the fourth. Quick work for the lefty. 13 earned runs allowed from Slavin this season. His ERA sitting a little north of the 7 mark. Looking to lower it back down a little bit against the Cops here. 2 up, 2 down from him in the fourth. Tough loss last night for Team USA in the World Cup. They lost to Belgium 4-1. I know that has nothing to do with baseball, but I was just thinking about it. It was a big moment. We made it to the round of 16, I think. It's always fun seeing American pride out there for global tournaments like the World Cup and the World Baseball Classic and every Olympic sport. USA is good at a lot of things, maybe not soccer, but we are good at baseball. 3-1 coming home now, full count. The USA has made the last 2 championships for the last 2 World Baseball Classics. Of course, they have lost both of them. 2023 to Japan and then this last one to Venezuela. Payoff to Mulliken, swung on and missed. He's down swinging. A couple of strikeouts picked up for Slavin in the fourth. We're on to the fifth. Copperheads still lead 2-0. Still trailing by 2 into the fifth. It's the Bears. The starter coming back out for his fifth inning, Landry Baker, really shoving today. Going 4 full innings, not allowing nothing so far. He'll see Abram Taylor for the second time. I think there was a nice pick from the head coach at third base. I heard some cheers. Of course, my view blocked down the line from the broadcast booth. But Taylor now at 2-1. Big breaking ball at the lower part of the zone. Now 2-2. Looking for the put-away pitch. Just missing a lot outside is Baker. Abram Taylor working himself into a full count behind Taylor for the inning. It will be Dylan Bowser, Owen Porter, and Cade Hauser. Bears still looking for run number 1 here in this one. The payoff to Taylor. Looks like a little excuse me half swinging bunt that was fouled off the nub of the bat. Payoff coming again. Taylor skies it, foul grounds. Mulligan giving it a look. And into the grass. Another payoff. Out off again. Abram Taylor really battling in his second at bat here today. The Bears are needing this type of at bats as they trail by 2 and they're down to their last 3 innings to play with. Another 3-2 hard hit on a line over to third. Sacramento plays it on a hop. The throw over in time. Good at bat by Taylor. He just loses the battle. That'll be out number 1 in the 5th. Up again now, Dylan Bowser. He was walked in his first AB. First pitch breaking ball to him, catches the zone. Now 0-1. Baker getting even with Dylan Bowser, now 2-2. The righty throwing his 67th pitch. So call it 6-7 on the way, number 68. 2-2. Just off, full count. Couple of full counts going here in the first part of the 5th, and Bowser drills into one deep left. Playable for Chris Peters, who's out there. He'll make the catch. Out number 2. Good contact from Bowser, just falling a little short of the wall. A ground out and a fly out brings up Owen Porter. Porter 0 for 1 this afternoon. Looking for a little 2-out rally. Owen Porter to 2-0. Swings over the top of that one. Catches a little piece of it. Now 2-1. Swung on and missed. Porter down, swinging as out number 3. Landry Baker going 5-4, allowing nothing. He keeps the score right where it is. Copperheads protecting a 2-0 lead as we head in the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up. The lefty slapping back out. He will see Mason McDonald. Speaking of Mason McDonald, I believe I met his father earlier today. And he told me he appreciated the streams and the broadcasts. And I also met one of the parents of another player on the Bobcats who played next, and they also told me they appreciate it. So I'm glad everybody's tuning in and having a good time watching the broadcast this season. I'm glad I could put it in for everybody. Glad everybody is enjoying it. I appreciate the praise I get, because that means that I'm doing a good job for other people. It's one thing to be told you're doing a good job. It's another thing to know that you are bringing a sense of enjoyment to other people. And I feel like that's what's most important about this job. As Mason McDonald grounds over to first base, first baseman with a slide over to first. What a good play from Hauser. A head first dive with his glove, and he gets McDonald hustling down the line. One up, one down, lineup flipping over. to Chris Peters again. But that's what this profession is all about. You know, you can talk about the game and do a bad job doing it, but there's a something about a good broadcaster. And even as a sports fan myself, I always do appreciate when I'm watching a game and the broadcaster is actually contributing something into the game and not just stating the obvious, or even if he is doing it in a fun way. So I'm glad that people are enjoying this. Who knows? Maybe I'll be back next summer for round number 2. Still no job lined up past, next week. I will retreat back to Houston where I'm from, and past then it is more job applications going out for me. On 1 swung on. Now 1 and 2. Peters 1 for 2 today, had a single in his last at bat. His squad leading by 2 in the 5th. I will say I will miss Tennessee, though, whenever I go back to Texas. We don't have scenery like this out there. I do love this state, but coming out to Tennessee, seeing all these mountains and the valleys, probably, or definitely the prettiest state I've been to. And I'm assuming it's got that same title in terms of overall state prettiness. Peters lining one into the opposing team's dugout, patting his chest, saying, "My fault." And we'll do 2-2 again. But even going back to Texas last weekend for the 4th, I thought it was so funny seeing how flat the state is compared to, here in Knoxville. And not all of Texas is flat. They have the hill country and dead center Texas. And then as you go out a little bit more west to El Paso, you kind of hit a little bit of mountain range coming in from New Mexico. But where I'm from, Houston, it's nothing but flat and sea level. And in Knoxville, it's the exact opposite. I love it here. The payoff to Peters. He'll work his second time on base today. He has now had all 3 true outcomes: a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. So up now the 2-hitter became Baber. The lefty lines one right to second baseman Ridings. Throw over, try to double up Peters. Not in time. What a heads-up play from second baseman Caden Ridings. Tough break for Kane Baber. Launched one off the bat. Real good contact. Just to the exact wrong spot. He can't hang his hat. Too bad on that one. Can't hang his head, not hang his bat. Hang his hat. Now up Lucas Lowry again. Lowry got a board in his last at bat. He's struck out and walked. Another check over on Peters. He's back. Being real cautious is Isaiah Slavin, looking over at Chris Peters a few times. 3-1 coming to Lowry. Misses outside. Ball 4. A 2-out walk allowed to Lowry. That will put 2 runners aboard. Mark Saccharin now in an RBI spot. Sackerman's 1 for 1. A hit and a walk. Peters off of first. Peters on second. Lowry on first. The 0-1 to Sackerman finds Helm. Quickly 0-2 on the third baseman. The 0-2. Just missing. Real close on the 0-2 is Slavin. Sackerman battling the 2-2. In on his shins. The third baseman falling behind 0-2, battling back to a full count. That will give Peters and Lowry the go-ahead to be off on the pitch. 3-2, 2 out. Payoff from Slavin. Is lined over to short. Coming in is Shepard. He will whiff on the ball, and that will keep the inning alive for the Copperheads. E6 allows Sackerman to get aboard. Bases juiced. 5-hole hitter up, Matt Newton. Newton's 1 for 1. 3 runners aboard. Big spot for more insurance. First pitch upstairs. No action going on in the bullpen, and speaking of it, we will get a Mount meeting to talk to Slavin. Don't imagine he'll get removed right here. Just needing a little lock-in moment, desperately needing that third out without allowing any more runs to come across. Back now, Slavin trying to put away Newton. Lefty's 2-0, runs outside, now 3-0. Big pitch, 3-0, catching the lower part of the zone. (3-1) misses, ball 4. That will walk in a run for the Copperheads. They lead by 3. Bases will remain to be loaded. And in will come the man who has the most recent grand slam in the league. Number 11, Brent Johnson. He's 1 for 2 with a infield bunt single in his first at-bat today. First pitch to Johnson gets a big swing from number 11. He's down 0-1. Slavin at 43 pitches, allowing another run by way of the base on balls with the bases loaded. And the 0-1 hits Brant Johnson. So that'll put another runner across the plate. Copperheads now lead by 4. The breaking ball from Slavin missed just a little too much in. And given the situation, that will be another run for the Copperheads. We'll see what Boone Fields can do. Sackerman on third, Newton on second. First pitch to Boone Fields. Up the middle comes Ridings. He will try to tag Johnson going across. The stretching dive from the second baseman is good enough to tag him. Good effort, desperately getting the third out, and they will. So that is out number 3. The run will not score. Copperheads add 2 more. They lead through 5. We're on to the 6th. Your score. Copperheads lead 4-0. New pitcher coming on. That'll be the end of the day for Baker. He goes 5 full innings, allowing 0 runs in the process. Solid day from the Roddy starter. Looking to close it out. The last 2 innings, I presume, will be Will Sharp. 8, 9, and 10 to start his outing. 6th inning getting underway with it. So trailing by 4 after an unfortunate 5th inning, the Bears now down to 6 outs to score at least 4. Copperheads wanting to hold on. Second pitch seen by Hauser, chopped over to Fields. He'll make the play easily. 1 up, 1 down on the ground out. Now bring up 10-hole hitter Andrew Hull behind him. The leadoff, Caden Ridings. Hole, first pitch swinging over to Sackerman on the ground. Third baseman throws over. Hole retired. One pitch, one out for Andrew Hole. That might have been the second time he's done that today, I want to say. 2 groundouts for Will Sharp out of the pen, and he'll see if he can triple up on it against Caden Ridings. Ridings 0 for 2 in the leadoff spot. Line up now in its third time through. First pitch swing on the ground over to Sackerman again, and he whiffs the exchange. Oh, almost 3 groundouts, 2 of which on back-to-back pitches. Sackerman fielded it cleanly, but just whiffed it on the exchange. So that'll put Ridings aboard on the E5. Trying to take advantage of it is Marcus Greenway. The third baseman is 1 for 2. First pitch swinging. So now 3 at-bats in a row that we've seen first pitch swinging. Hole, Ridings, and Greenway very aggressive in their at-bats in the 6th. Ridings looks jumpy off of first. He goes on the 0-1. It's outside, and the catcher Newton can't exchange it cleanly. Now 1-1 Greenway. Ridings goes first to second. Sharp, I believe that one did not hit Greenway. It sounded like it hit something. But he gets out of the way in the nick of time. On the pass ball, Greenway goes second to third. The Bears' first run of the game, only 90 feet away. Two, one, in on Greenway. So Mark Sackerman hoping that the whiffed ball he had just an batter ago does not cost the Bears a run, or the Copperheads a run, you could say. Granted, it wouldn't change the score much. The 3-1, that one hits Greenway. The 2-hole hitter will be hit on the 3-1. I'll put runners on the corners, 2 gone. And we'll step to lefty for the third time today, Tristan Vallone. Vallone's 1 for 2. If Vallone can get on, that would bring the tying run to the plate. Bears are down, but they're not out yet. 1-0 popped foul to the left side. Now 1-1. One outside runner goes. Easy bag for Greenway. Got 2 outs pretty quickly. Sharp struggling after that. Allowed 2 straight base runners. He's behind on Vallone. 2-1. He gets even with them, though. Now it's 2-2. Could have been a 4-pitch inning. Instead, Sharp about to throw his 13th pitch. The 2-2 to Valone. Hit over to Sackerman. He'll get a redemption shot. He will field it cleanly, throw it cleanly in time. So that is out number 3. The Bears almost score 1 or 2. Instead, they leave them both stranded again. The Copperheads will have their last shot to add any more insurance. The score remains 4-0. Trying to keep their deficit at 4 is Jordan Holdaway. The righty will take over for the Bears in the 6th. His first assignment, Ian Hubbard. The lefty's 1 for 2. Skies the first pitch in foul ground. Greenway giving it a look. It's up out of play. Hubbard, Mulligan, and McDonald 8, 9, and 10 in the 6th. Copperheads have 3 outs to try and add some more run support before they will head into the 7th and try to close it out themselves. So, an unfortunate day for the Bears pitching. Copperheads have not had much offense themselves. They've just taken advantage of a few bases loaded situations, scoring on pass balls and walks with the bases loaded. The 3-1 to Hubbard, catching the outer part of the zone, just barely now full count. On the contrary, the Bears have had no offense themselves. They have gotten multiple runners on, just very untimely with it. Now a payoff pitch coming to the leadoff hitter in the 6th, and he little half swing there. Almost caught by a fan on the football field. I did see that out of the corner of my eye. Another payoff pitch from Holdaway. That one way outside. Hubbard will watch it go past him. Now a leadoff base runner. 9-hole hitter Adam Mulligan coming up. Mulligan's 0 for 1 officially. First pitch fastball in on him. Did not think this game was going to be over in a timely fashion, but we might be able to get this one over with on time today. Back half of it kind of picking up. It kind of started really slow. But some good middle innings, some good pitching, and some good defense all move this game along relatively quick. Just under 2 hours on the game clock. 0-1. Hubbard goes. The throw down from Bowser. Just a tad late. It is a stolen bag for Ian Hubbard. One sent up in the air center field. Angel Hole finding it in the sun. He's coming in. He'll make the catch for out number 1. The sun peeking through the clouds just beyond the broadcast booth. You can kind of see the shadows creeping towards the field. So it's a little hard with the outfitter staring right into the sun. But most of them are able to make the catch no problem. Just as Hole did. 1 up, 1 down. Or not 1 up, 1 down, but 1 down. 10-hole hitter Mason McDonald up. He's 0 for 2. We have not had any in-game pitching changes today. Have seen zero motion going on in the bullpen. I think that might be the first game all season where I've actually seen that. Granted, we are in the bottom of the 6th, and I just imagine, unless things go very, very south, that Holdaway will just finish the last 2 outs of the 6th, and then Will Sharp or somebody out of the dugout will just come on for the 7th for the Cops. 2-0 to McDonald, runs high and in, now 3-0. Next game should be a fun one. Stick around for it, even if you're not a fan of either team. It's the Bobcats taking on the Eagles, the 4th and 5th place team, which I would argue is the most, evenly matched squads in the league in terms of skill. The 3-1 McDonald hit on a line over to short. Shepard fields it. He will throw over. Sounded like McDonald broke his bat in the process, but it is a 6-3 for out number 2. Hubbard goes 2nd to 3rd on the ground ball. Down to their last offensive out. Chris Peters up again. He's 1 for 2. First pitch swinging from number 5, and first pitch missing. Ian Hubbard off the 3rd. Oh, 1 chopped over to Shepard again, but it will be Greenway cutting him off. He will throw over. Chris Peters is retired. That is out number 3 in the 6th, run of the 7th. Bears down to their last shot today. Your score, as we head to it, Copperheads lead 4-0. Here we go for the final time here in this one. On to the 7th. 4, 5, and 6 meet in the lineup up for the Bears. Cole Hendrickson up first. First pitch swinging from him back up the middle. Baber trying to make a play, and it will go in and out of his glove into center field. First pitch swinging from the 4-hole hitter. He's aboard. As we thought, it will be Will Sharp coming out for the 7th. He needs 3 outs, and the Copperheads will end their Tuesday with a win. Up Bryson Shepard, behind him, Abram Taylor. Four to nothing game as the last inning gets underway. Copperheads in the driver's seat as they need 3 outs to secure their 9th win of the season. The 0-2 to Shepard. Called strike 3. 5-hole hitter rung up looking. That's out number 1 in the 7th. Abram Taylor 0 for 2. Be a good spot for his first knock. His squat down at our last 2. Will Sharp bidding for anything on the ground. Would love a double play to send the Copperheads fans home happy. Runner goes on the 1-1. Down in the zone, we will not get a throw from Matt Newton. Cole Hendrickson goes first to second. Behind Abram Taylor will be Dylan Bowser. On a line over the left side, picked by Sackerman, then throw over to second base. Not in time. Hendrickson almost getting doubled up. Real unfortunate line drive from Abram Taylor. Great contact, just what his team's needing right now. Unfortunately, Mark Sackerman was just standing right there. The Copperheads, an out away. First pitch of Dylan Bowser, chopped over to the left side. It'll be Baper who will make the play. He will throw over. Ball game. Dylan Bowser grounds out to end it. The Copperheads win this one 4-0. It was all of them today. They took the lead early and didn't allow a single run in the process. A good competitive game there. Copperheads didn't dominate the Bears by any means, but they just took advantage of situations when they had to, got it done. And that's all that matters. So with the ending of that one, the Copperheads will advance their record to 9-11-1. Bears will fall to 11-6-1. No seedings changed in the standings so far. Bears will remain at second. Copperheads still in third, but these teams are getting neck and neck. So it'll be a fun last few weeks here between Knoxville Catholic and Maryville to end the season. The playoff race is heating up. All 5 teams will make the playoffs. It's more about where in the seedings you go. But as of right now, Bears in second, Copperheads at third. Your final score here today will be Copperheads win 4-0. I appreciate everybody for tuning in here at Gaylor Field at Knoxville Catholic. Stick around. There will be another broadcast for the next game. It will be the BCA Bobcats taking on the Eagles. Should be a fun one for them, too. If you don't want to stick around, that's okay. I will see your team's next one. Thank you for watching. Your final score here in game number 1 at Catholic. Copperheads win 4-0. My name